2016 after all the drama in Sweden's group earlier when the Germans were knocked out. Brazil then win Group E and the Swiss the runners-up. The Costa Ricans get their first goals of the World Cup in that 2-2 draw with Switzerland. And in a World Cup which has been heavy on set-piece goals, even the greatest, even the Brazilians relied upon one in the second half, Martin.
Yeah, they're still a major part of the game, whether it's domestic football or whether it's international football. Still very, very important. England have scored 6 out of 8 goals so far. Well played to them. And Thiago Silva scores the goal. Eventually makes the difference in the game, kills it off Serbia and any chance that Serbia might have. They having had a really good spell just before that.
Now, Matic, you have some question marks about Matic's starting position.
Well, I'm surprised at Matic because he usually can pick up players well when he's playing for Manchester United or Chelsea before that. But he's far, far too tight to Thiago Silva and then loses him in that little race. He's just too tight. He should come round a little bit more. Thiago Silva or anyone is always going to beat him a race there because he is thinking attackingly and Matic would be thinking defensively. It's a poor goal from Serbia's viewpoint and that effectively kills the game.
Absolutely spot on from Martin. Matic, if you're a defender and you are defending, you can't let the attacker be in front of you. You should be between ball and the attacker. Because he's making the first move. If he's already in front of you and he's making the first move, he has that privilege. You have to follow him. Yeah. He's far away from you.
We've seen some bad holding in this tournament, but he was too honest there, Nemanja Matic, and to be fair, I'm really surprised. I mean, his arm's got to be there, so if the run goes across him, he's blocking that run. Yep. And make him go behind you, so at least then you've got time to react.
And if he does that, it's unlikely to be, even in the day of VAR, that's unlikely.
An arm's okay, it's when it's the
double, hugging.
Yeah.
Now, that came in the 68th minute, which was just after a run of 9 minutes, where Serbia really threatened to get an equaliser.
Yeah, they did. They had a good spell, and you felt like they needed to score in it. I was saying before, they've got to get the ball in the box because the communication, even watch with this one, the goalkeeper and Miranda there, he's just slashed at it. And this, again, with the keeper, get the ball in the box, you never know. You get something, he pats it right into the middle of the goal. Mitrovic has got to score this. And then you get... And the last one, you get like with the cross at the end. We're seeing this one. It's a wild for me. This is a wild one, but the cross at the end, Mitrovic does brilliantly here. He gets a mismatch on the back post. I think he's got to head that back across the goal. You know, he's like 6-7 inches above him. He's just got to head that back across the goal. I think they get something there. Brazil would have really started to be a bit shaky.
Fair enough. But let's be honest, I'm not impressed by Brazil. But if we are counting those chances. They had 3 chances. If we were expecting from them to convert these chances into goals, then Brazil should have scored 7-8 goals.
Yeah. I take that point, but we're measuring Brazil about tournament winners, aren't we?
By the highest standards.
So we're measuring them at the highest standard about what's going to come in the future. So if you're thinking about Mexico and you've got Lozano, Layun, Chicharito, who are better than Serbia's strikers and wingers, they're far better. You'd be encouraged by that 10 minutes. I think if you're Brazil going into that dressing room as a defender, as a goalkeeper, you've kept a clean sheet, so you can say you're happy, but you're thinking, for 10 minutes we looked all over the place. I mean, you said during the game they were on the ropes, they were, and you thought if they get one here, Serbia, Brazil are going to be in a little bit of trouble, so that's something that they will potentially need to, well, they'll need to eliminate that before the next game, because Mexico will punish them.
We'll start thinking about the last 16 quite soon, and after the break we'll look ahead to England's final Group G match against Belgium tomorrow. So England have arrived in Kaliningrad ahead of their final group game against Belgium, and our reporter Gabriel Clark has checked in with both camps.
England made their shortest trip of the group stage, a 90-minute flight to Kaliningrad, where Gareth Southgate was just in time to watch Germany exiting the World Cup. That ended some of the talk that finishing second in the group might offer an easier route through the knockout stage. But Southgate will still make changes tomorrow night. Kyle Walker, Jordan Henderson and Raheem Sterling are among those expected to sit the game out. Captain Harry Kane, leading the race for the Golden Boot, will not want to miss this match. Belgium have an enviable depth of talent, and it had been suggested their manager, Roberto Martinez, might rest as many as 10 outfield players. De Bruyne, Vertonghen and Meunier are on yellow cards. Will they play?
I think no. This is an opportunity for us to try to protect the players that are on yellow cards. I think it's important that we do that. Romelu Lukaku, he should be available for tomorrow, not for 90 minutes, but he should be available. So I think making changes shouldn't be as synonymous that you don't want to win the game.
The competition for places is crucial. We're consistently performing well last 8-9 matches, and we're hitting a level of performance that is really important when we go into that latter stages of the competition.
You can try to think what's the easiest route to achieve success, and that doesn't happen in a World Cup. We've seen it. Germany is out, Argentina are in by very, very small margins. So I think you can only concentrate on yourself.
I don't think the style of how we play should change. I think levels of concentration have to be spot on. The higher the quality of the opposition, then you're going to face different sorts of tests and different challenges.
They got really good deep runs from midfield. They play in a system now that they feel very comfortable with it. So it's a really good opportunity for us to test ourselves, and the performance will be more important for us going forward rather than the ending result.
Italy out and Holland out before we got to this point, and now Germany. So there is no opportunity to rest on where you are as a team or stop the constant improvement.
Are England and Belgium now real contenders?
No, I think it's too early to tell. It's not just the technical and tactical elements. I think it's a bit more. In the World Cup, you need to control that emotional aspect of believing that you can beat a team like Brazil.
We can't consider ourselves a top team until we start to beat some of those top teams. Tomorrow's game is the one we're focused on, and we want to win the group.
We're going to debate permutations now, because that's what happens if England win the group. Round of 16, Japan, Senegal, Colombia. Quarter-final, Brazil or Mexico. If they come second in the group, arguably an easier route, although I'm loath to say that, Martin O'Neill. Whatever, there is an opportunity for somebody here, isn't there? Because Germany are out. Brazil aren't absolutely brilliant at the moment. France are struggling. Somebody, England, Belgium, Croatia, Uruguay, somebody must be thinking, this could be our moment.
Well, I'm sure they are. I mean, I've really enjoyed the tournament, but I must say there's been nobody has been pretty special in the competition so far. You always feel when the team is out of the group, and I genuinely believe this. I don't care whether you're Brazil, whether you're Saudi Arabia. You go there and you're trying to get out of that group first of all. That's first. Then there's a massive relief. Like Denmark had great relief. They've got out of the group. That's good for them. Of course, there are other teams who have got greater designs on actually winning the tournament, but still get out of it. Germany didn't even make it out of it. So now you're talking. You are starting to think. Quarter-final, semi-final, is that
a possibility? Yeah,
I think myself, don't get carried away with it. It's really still important, but at the end of it all, I'm absolutely convinced that someone, including England, will think, hey, wait a minute, we've got an opportunity.
Right, when you look at those permutations, are you thinking England ought to come second? I'm not sure how you can try and come second, because nobody goes out to lose a game, and Gareth Southgate has said, I'm not interested, I will not throw this match.
10 players like Belgium will do.
England are incapable of thinking that way.
Yeah.
We're incapable.
That's a good thing,
players,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good thing. England will just play properly, and they'll only know how to play one way. We will not see, I don't think, a France-Denmark type game with England playing, because they play with high energy. Those players don't know how to do it differently. What I would say is, from Belgium's point of view, that if they're going to rest 10 players, for me, Martinez is thinking, I'm going to win the tournament. And I want to be on this side of the draw, which is the second, finishing second in the group, because you avoid Brazil, Uruguay, France, Argentina, Portugal, Croatia. That side of the group the side of the draw is tough. Now you've got this argument that in football, we've got to beat everyone if you want to win it. But if you can avoid the major battles as much as possible, you avoid them.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Martinez is thinking that way.
Right, how would you go about doing that?
By putting a weakened team out. But if I was, look, you said this World Cup so far has been so unpredictable. There's no team you said that you are impressed with. So if I was a manager, is it better to play Uruguay or Spain, Portugal or that one, blah blah blah. So it's so unpredictable. You don't know. So what I would love my team to keep the momentum. I would like my team to keep winning. If you are facing, for you to face Brazil in the quarterfinals, it's tough. But you would have to. You won 2 games. Then you have to beat Belgium, let's say, and you beat in last 16. Can you imagine the confidence that you will have then in the game day before the Brazil?
Ian, I want a final word from you because we've got to go in a second. What would you do?
Well, to be honest,
Make it good.
I'd probably do what Martinez is doing. I'd rest the players.
You rest it because you'd be thinking long term.
I'd rest the players, and if we win and we go into the first group, then we go into it. I'm not bothered.
Lovely. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll do it all again tomorrow. Thank you very much indeed, gents. Tomorrow night, then, it is all about England against Belgium. Make sure you join us from 6:15. Ian will be with us, Gary, Ryan Giggs and Lee Dixon as well. And we'll be on after the game as well with a little review on ITV4. Right, it's been a fabulous fortnight at the World Cup. And astonishingly, the Germans are going home. The headline in one of their